Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new paint and talk, and while I'm doing the shading on the Gen Steelers, I would like to talk about the topic of the week. Almost at the end of the well, I started last Friday, but yeah, I've been busy and so wanted not to talk about that. And it's about uh, your favorite models to paint, and I will say that this is somehow linked to motivation in painting for me. So I will say that I don't have really a favorite model to paint. It depends a little bit on the moment I am and on my mood. Okay, uh, I will say that my favorite model to paint is something that I can do something different versus what I did before. Okay, of course, as I like to paint and collect armies, I have to be a little bit repetitive sometimes. So my way to keep motivated is to paint something that is appealing me in between of a tedious job. For example, yeah, now I'm painting all these Gen Steelers, right? I had to paint 20 something Gen Steelers. I think it's about 26 or even more. I think it was even around 30 Gen Steelers. I don't remember exactly the number. But my way to keep on going, because if I only paint that, I can get bored and stop painting, and my motivation goes down. I realized this over the time when I was very strict and just paint the army that I was painting at the moment. So my way to have motivation is to paint something different at the same time. So for example, I paint, I don't know, 5 Gen Steelers, and then I start painting something different. Or after 1 week painting Gen Steelers, I decide next week to paint another thing. Of course, this makes my work a little bit slower, but I will say that it keeps me motivated for longer time. So, and this is the main purpose. So I don't have really something that depends a little bit on the mood. What is my favorite thing to paint? Sometimes I like to paint flesh and really play with the flesh and or paint a monochrome and just challenge myself on doing nice transitions, soft transitions, and playing with the shades and so on. And other times, one thing that I really enjoyed in the past, and I'm looking forward to increase my army is the Harlequins. Harlequins was a real challenge. Was really something to practice a lot the freehand and do something awesome. Each miniature was different, but I have to say after 3 months just painting Harlequins, well, you have to stop, and I decided to change to another thing because really, uh, my point is I like to change from time to time, and this is why now I'm doing all this big block of Gen Steeler code. And once the Gen Steeler and these miniatures are finished, these Gen Steelers plus another unit of hybrids, I will change army and I would like to go to something different. More likely one of the armies that I'm already collecting, or maybe I will go to the Death Guard. I need to check what I want to do. I'm thinking on what to do next. Maybe I will increase a little bit more my Stormcast Eternals. I have some miniatures that I really want to paint. But the same happened for me for example on the Stormcast Eternals. I was very motivated at the beginning, but after painting Stormcast Eternals for 7 months, I really need to stop painting them and go to something different. Normally, my challenge is I try to keep the level as high as possible on all my armies. I try not to do really nice paint jobs, even on the troops. So, as I say, my favorite models to paint is something different versus what I painted before. I like to paint, of course, models that I really like are centerpieces of army. Favorite models that I painted, the Stardvik was really interesting to paint. Even the Celestian Prime, it's a miniature that I really enjoyed. Big monsters, I always like to paint big monsters, although sometimes can be tedious because they are big surfaces and it takes long. Also tanks, I really like to paint, for example, my Death Guard when some time ago, my Death Guard Land Rider. So but then after painting for one of these big models, sometimes then to balance I prefer to go to small models or a unit to go for something that you paint faster. So I will say I have some favorite models that I really enjoy painting them. This year, for example, Magnus the Red was really a model that I really enjoyed, and I really wanted to go to the maximum level that I can't. Another model that I really like painting was a while ago was the Soul Grinder of the Demons. So, but as I said, these are models that I really enjoy painting, but after painting one of them, because you dedicate so much time, and maybe you are 1 month just dedicated to this model, then I prefer to make a break and go for something faster, like a unit or something like that. So this is my chat about that. So talking about favorite things to paint, but at the same time how to keep your motivation on painting. So, and this is advice that I want to give to everybody. So if you get bored of painting always the same, paint something different. Stop what you're painting and go for something that is different. Of course, you have to finish from time to time miniatures, so you cannot. I don't like to be jumping and jumping to different projects and have hundreds of projects open at the same time. Although I have a lot of miniatures to be painted, I prefer to focus for a while on one project and then change to the next one. But if you get tired of the project that you're painting right now, take a different miniature, take something different from another army that you're collecting. And if you're collecting another army, just look for a hero or something that you can add to your army, but that have a completely different color scheme, or look for something really that breaks the routine of painting. Because at the end, this is a hobby, and you want to enjoy painting. So if if you get tired of what you're painting, go for something different. And this is my way to keep motivated and keep painting, and almost painting every day when I'm not traveling, or especially when I am at home. So yeah, favorite models to paint: anything that challenge myself, anything that is different versus what I was painting just before. I have a lot of models that I want to paint now right now. I have Harriman is a model that I really want to paint. All the ones that I'm every month showing in my the troll from the Block Ball is another model that I really want to paint because it's something different versus what I'm doing today. But now I'm painting also at the same time this guy. Okay, this guy is another is a way for me to break the routine of painting the Gen Stealer Call. So most likely I will be jumping between the Gen Stealers and this guy from the Death Guard. And this is what I want to talk here. So I hope this was interesting to you. I like so I don't really have summarizing. I don't really have a favorite type of model to paint. I like to paint things that are challenging myself, or I can do something different versus what I was doing on my miniature before. This can be sometimes challenging when you're painting an army, and my way to compensate both is to keep focus on one army and in between paint from one miniatures to another army. And that's all what I want to talk in this video. Please leave in the comments below how you keep motivated in painting, or what is making you to lose the motivation in painting. Show in the comments below, and yeah, always happy to chat with you. And if you want to contact me, no problem, we can have a chat anyway. That's all what I want to talk in this video. I hope you find this video interesting, and as well I like to do this at the same time that I'm painting, so you can see that yeah, in the case I'm just doing really a repetitive word, is just shading all these gene stealers. And I changed a little bit to batch painting on these gene stealers because I really want to finish them. I'm planning to play them in August, so I hope to have them at least to a minimum level that they look painted on the table. So that's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye!